Imagine a data center, not in a building, but submerged beneath the ocean's surface, a futuristic concept that became a reality with Microsoft's Project Natick. But what happened to this ambitious venture? And why this matters now? As data consumption skyrockets, driven by AI, video streaming, and cloud computing, the energy footprint of our digital lives has become unsustainable. Traditional data centers account for around 1% of global electricity use, and a big chunk of that is just cooling. Enter underwater data centers, sealed, pressure-resistant capsules plunged beneath the ocean to let seawater do what expensive HVAC systems usually handle. Keep servers from melting down. It's more than a novelty. This is a response to the growing urgency around carbon emissions, infrastructure limits, and the spatial crunch in tech megahubs. The genesis of Project Natick. In 2015, Microsoft dropped a steel tube filled with servers off the California coast. The first test ran for 3 months. It worked. It didn't leak. It stayed cool. And it got Microsoft thinking. The goal? Build data centers that could be mass-produced, deployed rapidly near coastal cities, and powered by renewable energy. These units would be sealed, maintenance-free, and modular. The prototype, called Leona Philpott, was about the size of a shipping container and drew global attention. From prototype to scale, the Northern Isles mission. The real test came in 2018, when Microsoft lowered a 40-foot-long capsule to the seafloor near the Orkney Islands in Scotland. This wasn't just tech theater. The capsule contained 864 servers and 27.6 petabytes of storage, enough to hold about 5 million HD movies. Over 2 years, it ran with astonishing efficiency. The underwater environment cut cooling energy use to nearly zero. And more interestingly, the failure rate of the servers was a fraction, just 1/8 of what Microsoft sees in its land-based centers. The sea offered an unexpected benefit: isolation, fewer temperature swings, no human interference, stable humidity. These things matter. Why governments and tech giants paid attention. Data centers aren't just private infrastructure. They're national security assets. They store medical records, financial data, military intel. China launched its own undersea data initiatives. Norway explored cold water fjords. Even Dubai toyed with submerged blockchain farms. Why? Energy efficiency is just the start. Submerged data centers can be strategically placed near urban coastlines to reduce latency for end users. They free up real estate. They're safer from physical threats, and in a disaster scenario, they can operate autonomously for years. No janitors, no HVAC technicians, just cold, deep water and a fiber optic tether. The complications that sank the dream. But it's not all sustainable bliss. Let's talk logistics. First, repairs. If something goes wrong in a land-based server, a technician can swap parts in minutes. Underwater, you need a specialized vessel and robotic arms, or you scrap the whole unit. Second, life cycle costs. While the cooling savings are real, the upfront build, deployment, and retrieval costs are enormous, especially if you can't fix things piecemeal. Third, environmental concerns. Yes, it's low impact, but what happens if one of these capsules leaks? What's the marine impact of electromagnetic fields? How do we manage seabed rights and international waters? These weren't just hypotheticals. They were regulatory and economic hurdles that Microsoft, despite its scale, couldn't easily clear. At the end of Natick, but not the idea. In 2024, Microsoft quietly shuttered Project Natick, not with a splash, but a sigh. Their public statements emphasized that Natick had met its goals and would inform the design of future terrestrial data centers. Translation: underwater data centers work, but they aren't scalable yet. But the tech lives on. Concepts like submerged edge computing, short-term cloud pods for disaster zones, or hybrid systems combining land and sea setups are still on the drawing board. The dream didn't die. It just got shelved. Latest development: China expands its underwater bet. Just as Microsoft exits stage left, China is doubling down. In 2024, a major milestone was reached. The world's first commercial underwater data center, located off the coast of Sanya in Hainan province, expanded with new modules. The project, spearheaded by Highlander, aims to deploy a total of 100 units over 5 years, each capable of hosting 1,000 servers. Unlike Natick, this isn't a test run. It's a government-backed infrastructure project, and the ambition is clear: provide ultra-low latency services to coastal megacities and green the country's digital backbone. The new expansion includes upgraded energy efficiency systems and refined underwater fiber connectivity. China's regulatory environment allows these deployments to move faster and closer to dense populations than in the US or Europe. This signals a potential east-west split in how next-gen infrastructure is deployed. Where the West hesitates, China scales. Twist: what if the real barrier isn't technology but trust? Here's the part that no one talks about: control. Underwater data centers are sealed, unmonitored, unstaffed. That's great for uptime, but it's also a black box. Governments don't like that. Regulators don't trust it. Cybersecurity experts see risk. If a data center fails in the deep sea and no one's around to audit it, did it even encrypt? So, would you trust your banking info, your medical history, your cloud photos to a steel tube at the bottom of the ocean? Or does it feel too remote, too alien? Drop your take in the comments. Is this innovation on ice or a tech revolution waiting for its second tide? This is the Fake CTO. Subscribe for more deep dives, sharp turns, and overlooked truths from the world of tomorrow.